Welcome back, everybody. The one loyal fan that we have that watches every single video. Because I know it's you. Right, you, the one that's watching right now. Thank you for joining me on another one of Nain Shorts. Now, I know we've been gone for a couple of weeks. And the reason being is, one, COVID. Yes, folks, it's back and or never left. I'm not sure which. All I know is that I got it and I was out for a bit. And then my counterpart, my director, writer, producer, the random old man, is a little injured at the moment. He recently had yet another surgery. For those of you keeping count, have fun laughing at that. But he is unable to move around as freely. This time it was his arm, so he can still walk around and go to the bathroom on his own and nobody has to wipe him. So I think it's a win for everybody. But he won't be able to do a lot of the physical activities. But I do want to introduce him into the show today because we have a lot to talk about in reference to the focus of this particular video. So Rick, please join me, join us.
Hey, yeah, look at this.
Yeah. I hit
And
him
it wasn't
hard.
him.
No, it wasn't. It was a doctor. He paid for this.
Yes, I actually went willingly. Like
So-
you did. Yeah.
What happened?
So, several years ago, I got into a vehicle accident at work where I got tore my rotators.
Was that the one where like the van nearly crushed you between like one of those? Was it a loading dock?
No, airplane.
Oh, it was an air. Oh, you saved an airplane.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Remember?
saved an
Saved an
airplane.
Yeah, almost got hit by that. But it tore both my
Jesus
rotators. And then for the years down the road, because of wear and tear,
Right.
the side that they fixed, this side,
Yeah.
retore and all that, just from natural,
Aren't
so
some
they
of
had,
those doors really heavy at work to open?
well, yeah, because they're sliding doors rather than
Yeah.
just opening doors, right?
But
So
it's the fucking where.
giant, humongous doors.
Yeah, it's where the planes are mechanicked or
Yeah.
taken care of.
Right. So what they had to do was they had to go inside and do a reverse shoulder replacement, is what they call it. And this is about 2 Fridays ago now.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. So here we are.
What the hell's a reverse shoulder replacement?
I don't know. All I know is
Just
there's
put it backwards.
Yeah.
They
Well,
rotated
they
the
said something
tires.
about taking the ball, which inside your shoulder.
Yeah.
That makes everything turn. So they took the ball out and put a new one in. Yeah, either Spalding or,
Oh, okay.
Wilson.
Oh, they took it off of your walker and just popped
There
it in
you
there.
go, yeah.
Nice.
But it was crazy. So
Dude, yeah, you kind of. That injury has really messed up a lot of your
the
stuff.
ugly part of this is because I had to wear this stuff, it created that.
What?
Yeah, it was just, because the pad that's usually here, that's
Oh, yeah,
right
yeah.
there, and I guess I was because I had to hold my shoulder up, my arm up this way,
It's your full weight.
and it was just always crushing it. And then I was like, hey, look, I got this hit. And Mel was like, yeah, that's not good. I'm like, okay, what do we do? Oh, so, all right, well, whatever.
Well, good thing she's a nurse.
Yeah, so,
Keeping
I
your
mean,
dumbass
I'm
alive.
doing all right. I mean, I can only go so far.
Right.
I can't really turn this way. So luckily, I'm still, I'm semi-ambidextrous, right?
At least you can brush your teeth.
There you go.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
use a lot of
just do a
mouthwash,
lot of mouthwash.
Yeah. I heard him earlier. That's why I was like, he doesn't brush shit.
Yep.
Oh well. But the reason why I wanted to bring you on today's episode was because we're not really going to talk about training in sense of what our ideas are and what we've been doing with the students who are doing really great, by the way. Shout out to you guys because you guys are doing awesome. But because in a couple of weeks, we're going to have the Winter VEA
Right.
on the 4th of November.
Mark Cardenas' events.
Mm-hmm.
Love that guy. Love his events.
And I really want everyone who can see this video once, twice, share, whatever the case may be, please save the date. That is November 4th because it is a great event where you get to get a good sense of other arts. It isn't just a couple of minutes with a bunch of different arts. It's a good 50 minutes of one instructor from various arts.
And you actually, the instructors are actually there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because they do a rotation.
Twice.
Yeah, so they're in there. So you will get a chance to play with each instructor or the ones that you want to play with all the time, whether you stay with them twice or
Right.
or shuffle around. So
Well, the way it usually gets broken down is the group, especially with the size, gets broken down to A and B, and then A gets 4 of the instructors the first half, and then B gets the other 4 or 2 or however that breaks down. Because it's 8 different instructors.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, so you get 4 instructors one time, and you get the other 4 that you missed the second half of the event. It's great food.
Oh yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, Mike Cardenas, you're amazing. He brings in these people to come and cater the thing, so it's always pretty good.
So, and the food is included with the price of the entrance.
That's right.
Which is $80 for the entire day of training. And folks, it's truly worth it. Now, I myself, I haven't been in the martial arts that long, going on 10 years now. And this is one of the events that I go to almost every single year. You know?
Yeah.
A few times because of whatever personal reasons, but I definitely try to make it here. Mike Cardenas puts on a hell of a show and brings.
And he's a super nice guy.
He really is, despite the look on his face.
Yeah.
Because he kind of has that mean Mexican look. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like that dad that is quick to grab the belt and just smack his kids. He has that face. He doesn't have the character. But he has that face, so I can see that he could be a little intimidating sometimes. Like when I first
super nice guy.
But one of the nicest guy. We met him through Colleague Conversation. He actually drove from Manteca.
He was one of our first few guests.
Didn't know us. Had never met him.
Drives 2 hours to us.
2 hours to see. Has a conversation with us for another 2 hours.
Right.
Brings his son along with a few Legos to keep him entertained. And by the end of the episode, you know, we're hugging the guy like we're old friends.
Oh yeah, super nice guy. You know, and a wealth of information. I mean, the stuff that he knows about, and you know, his former instructor Art Gomez. I mean, I swear to God, you know, if he's looking down upon him, so
down.
I mean, Art. Yeah, no, Gomez is looking down on
Gonzalez.
Yeah. I'm on drugs. But yeah, Gonzalez is looking down. He's got to have the big smile because this guy is just perpetuating everything that he's ever been taught.
Yeah.
By Gonzalez.
Yeah, including bringing different arts together.
Right. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, or probably don't know, this came from Art Gonzalez's vision and
the mace.
Mace, right?
Yeah.
So it's amazing that Mike Cardenas has took it upon himself to keep this going.
And he puts a lot of effort into this, folks.
Yeah.
It's not easy to get all these instructors together, set up a venue, and then not really make any money off of it or any at all.
It's not about the money making. He just loves to be able to share and get people involved and really just to, you know, show you something you might not have seen. Yeah. Or if you heard about it, well, here it is. You can come.
Now you get to see it. Yeah. And he's constantly putting on little events throughout the year like this. But the winter VEA collaborative is one of the bigger ones. He does it twice a year, right? One towards the beginning of the year, and now this one in November. And folks, it is just a great time, especially because the one earlier in the year is hot as hell.
Yeah, it is.
And this one is a hell of a lot more bearable.
Yeah. Mike, can you work on that, please?
But it's not anything against the event itself, because Mike has access to this huge space. I believe it's shared with a gymnastics.
No, there's a
cheer squad. There you go, and they hold their own titles in their own right, and the floor is super bouncy. So if you ever wanted to know what it was like to be thrown or dropped, this is definitely the place to do it. And you're not going to feel it the next day because the floor is springy, the space is great, and we've always had a wonderful time. And I think now they've moved one space over, so they actually have access to a grass area now.
Yeah.
And folks, you really have to be there. Apart from that, every year, the vendors as well as some of the instructors will donate things that are raffled off throughout the entire day. Some really cool things. From training weapons, live weapons, knowledge. There are some great books that have been raffled off. Swag, just so many cool things. Folks, it really is something to behold. and more importantly for me personally, it's something we need to support.
Whatever you do, don't buy raffle tickets or don't let me or Nain.
It's mostly him. If I bring my youngest daughter, she'll win everything. She has the devil's luck, swear to God. But it's something that I feel is important to keep going. And if you ever had that thought, oh, I'll just go to the next one, I'll just catch the next one. Folks, we don't know if there will be a next one. I'm not saying there's anything going on that implies that, but if we don't support these events, it's much harder to put together. It's much harder to continue doing, especially every single year, twice a year. If you've ever put an event together, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, very, very tough.
We've done it once.
And that was it.
That was it. And that should tell you a lot. I mean, we talk a lot of crap, but it takes a lot of effort and a lot of energy to put it together, especially him having a full-time job, a family, his own school, and he's also learning other martial arts along the way. So this man is busy, but he takes the time to put these events together.
Yeah, very, very dedicated to what he's doing, and really just wants to share to everybody, whoever's willing to come through the door. So you got to admire that. I mean, I love his idea of really giving it to everybody and not, I mean, folks, when you go, leave the ego at the door.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, all you're going to do is meet a lot of nice people. And
not us, but the other people are really nice.
Yeah, don't talk to us.
No.
We'll probably just irritate the shit out of you.
I'm kind of like this video.
But yeah, super great atmosphere every time. I've never dealt with any assholes or anything that have popped up, or I mean, everybody's always just willing to share.
Very, they're just giving. It's not a matter of like, oh, I'm Grandmaster this, I'm Grandmaster that. We've met some Grandmasters and we didn't know we're Grandmasters. They actually just walked in their plain clothes and were watching and asked questions. And before you know it, they're doing a presentation. We're like, wait, he's what?
Yeah, he's who?
He's a Grandmaster and what? Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's him?
And I think I said something bad to him.
Bringing that up, what's the lineup? I mean,
I have it on the phone because I cannot remember, and I'm terrible with names to begin with.
And you probably can't pronounce half the names.
No, that's true. That's not even a joke. I was literally at that table a few minutes ago asking, how do I say this? And I'm still probably going to say it wrong. But first on the list, we have Martin Lee.
Oh, that guy's awesome. We know him.
Oh, yeah. Certified instructor, Martial Blade Concepts. Folks, it's definitely a different approach to knife defense and knife use.
Yeah, really incredible stuff that he talks about in his seminars.
You have to see it to believe it. He's, I believe, an EMT.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of the medical information behind the aftermath of such knife attacks and knife defenses.
And a super nice guy.
Oh, and one of the sweetest dudes ever. Like, first of all, we thought he was Filipino and a big Filipino at that. Turns out he's Chinese.
We won't hold it against him, right?
Not at all. He made the jokes himself during our Kali conversation, so it's not on us, folks. He did it to his own people. But a wonderful guy, and he always has this like infectious smile.
All the time.
So if nothing else, come meet the guy. Him alone will be worth it. But we also have Grandmaster Daniel Sison, which is Sison. See, I told you I'd fuck it up. But he is the instructor of Teños de Cuerdas Esgrima, which I believe was he under art as well.
Yes, as a matter of fact, yeah.
And from what I've seen him, he looks menacing. But he's also a very, very nice guy. He's willing to share, and he has no problem giving out the information that he's worked so hard to hone himself. Because he's been doing this for several years now. And on top of that, we're going to have Great Grandmaster David Amikuchi.
Oh, this guy.
Right?
Yeah. If you don't like his martial arts, you're going to love his food.
Oh, yeah. Dude, seriously. We'll talk more about that later. Was it Cucina Makuchi?
Yeah.
Look that up, Google it. I believe it's .com, but he has some really good stuff. Oh, his pastries are delicious.
Yeah. Dude, I like the sausages.
Dude, the Italian sausage?
Yeah.
Oh my god, they have the... Okay, folks, My mouth is watering. And
Back to the show.
And I just say, but he will be there. And on top of that, he is the inheritor of the Tony Ramos style of Kaju Kempo. So his martial arts background is even bigger than his food.
That's right.
And his food is great. But he's lived and done so many things. I mean, from being an instructor of self-defense for the police, he did DTEC.
Right.
He's done programs for children's self-defense. He is constantly giving back and building a community.
Now, folks, I hope he brings Leia.
Oh, yeah.
Because his wife, and she's a badass in her own right.
They fight over who gets to cook.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a joke. They literally have to
get out of my kitchen.
In the kitchen. That was an incredible story to hear, but definitely, hopefully, she comes as well because she brings so much to the table. They definitely complement each other, and I believe they just had a recent anniversary. Yep. So once again, congratulations to you two. Make a beautiful couple. On top of that, we will have Shihan John Atkinson, our good friend, and
the knife maker.
Yeah, the knife maker, the craftsman.
Vendor.
The vendor. He will have his wares there as well. A lot of really cool stuff. But on top of that, he is incredibly knowledgeable and he's constantly honing his skills. He's very much about quality over quantity when it comes to information. And while he's a little odd, we love him. And if you really pay attention to what he's saying, you're going to take a lot away from his presentation. It's amazing to watch him move. Effortless, but it is effective. So definitely look out for him. Besides that, we have Master Michael Butts. I don't know much about him, but Cada Anand de Cuerdas Escrima. I'm incredibly curious to find out.
Just to hear what that's all about.
Oh, yeah. And that's the great part about these events is that even if you don't know the names or are unfamiliar with the art, you will take a good understanding of what it's about by the end of it.
I think, and that's, to me, that's always been the most fun about all of this, is that you get to see something that maybe you heard of or you know, and it's right there in front of you. And they don't give you just a little sampling. They give you a whole hour of stuff that you can actually, now I know. And, you know, and if you do any research with it, then you have a better handle on what you're looking at, you know. So it's really good that Mike is able to find these people.
Oh my God, yeah. And otherwise, folks, if you were to consider the amount of time, the travel, and the money that you would need to spend to have an hour class with each one of these instructors.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
Dude, just the travel alone would be that difficult. And I know that because we've traveled to interview most of these people at some point. Yes. So it is not a simple task. So to be able to experience that in one place throughout one day, folks, it's well worth the small price to pay for it. And if you can, and if you can't, make it happen because you definitely need to be there. Then some random dude, Rick Ramos, is supposed to be teaching. Maestro Rick Ramos. I didn't know he had a title. Who's that guy? Some ugly dude. Yeah, it's him. And you can see why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Only because I've been kind of, you know.
Oh yeah.
I can't shave.
Oh, you're left-handed.
I'm right-handed, you goof.
Oh,
if I do this, I'm sure I'm going to cut my face.
Hey, it's a learning experience.
There you go.
Then you look more rugged. Yeah, he'll look the part. But he will be there come hell or high water.
Even with or without this thing.
No, with. Shut up. You're still recovering. I will be his arms and feet while he's doing the demonstration. He can do the talking and I will do the actual physical movements because I'm prettier. So it's better to look at me moving than you.
I'm going to get one of the newer students, one of the 13-year-olds to do that because you suck.
I wouldn't even be offended, to be honest.
Probably
I mean,
they're actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're catching on, especially because they're young and they're girls.
Yeah, and they are so willing to learn.
Oh my God, they're sponges. And then their insight into what they say afterwards, we're like, we didn't even get near that. But Rick Ramos will be there as well as Nain as his uki and helper.
Punching bag.
That too. On top of that, we're going to have JG Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Now, I believe they have been there before.
I remember the name. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's the same guy.
I hope it's the same guy because that was a lot of great information.
Yeah.
And the way that they presented it was so low-key and so mellow that you really picked up on what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really about.
Yeah, I had a better understanding of it. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
There's so many misconceptions that were cleared up because of it. And folks, again, that's more than enough for the cost of the trip itself. And then, of course...
You didn't give his name.
No, it just says JG Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy. I'm literally reading it off
the
this
entire
screen.
academy's coming.
Yeah, I guess the whole academy's coming. Yeah, we're going to learn from everybody. From the white belt to the black belt. No, it's JG. Maybe it's JG.
JG.
See, we're going to have to look into this. Folks, we don't research.
Not at all.
We don't prep for this.
Mike Cardenas.
Mike.
We're reading this up for your notes.
This is your poster. Literally your poster I have on my phone right now. Okay, so that's what I'm going off of. Folks, if you have questions, reach out to Mike and ask him why he did not give these dumbasses any more information. We also didn't tell him we're doing this video, so...
That's right. Surprise.
Hey! And last but definitely not least, Guru Robert May. Now, is this the same Robert May, Black Wolf de Cuerdas Eskrima?
He's been there when we first got there. He was always hanging out. He's one of the... I think he's one of his... Mike Cardenas' top students.
Top students, yeah.
Yeah, he would always jump in there.
I remember the first time he did it, he did seem a little bit nervous, but since then he's gotten a lot more comfortable. Folks, you can be a badass martial artist, but stage fright is stage fright. I don't care who you are. If you're not comfortable with it, it's just difficult to do the first time. But again, a wonderful instructor, great information. De Cuerdas, for those who don't know, Black Wolf de Cuerdas Eskrima is Mike Cardenas' school. And they train out of the VEA. And this collaborative is his baby. He's putting it together. And apparently, he's the kind of guy that wants to bring his students up to the point where he's going to put them on a roster
to
definitely teach in front of a bunch of strangers. Either that or he likes to make fun of them like him. Because that's the only reason he's put me in front of strangers is to make fun of me. But overall, folks, this is a great event. Again, it's $80 participation fee, $25 observation fee. And the $80 will include food. And there's going to be raffles, pictures. The times are 8 a.m. is when the registration starts. We're going to have a bow-in around 8:50. And then 9 sharp.
Prayers before the... He always prays.
Well, I know, but that's the bow-in.
Yeah, I know, but he likes to call it prayer.
Again, I'm going off the damn poster.
I know. I pay attention to these events.
I just bow my head when people tell me to bow my head. That's the extent of it. Sorry, it's just not my thing. But it will start at 9 a.m. sharp, and it will go on to 4:30 p.m. We will break for lunch, and again, you get to see all 8 instructors throughout the entire day. And regardless of what group you're in, you'll get to spend time with each instructor. Again, if your thought is, I'll catch the next one, cut that noise. This is the next one to catch. You definitely want to be there. And
it's an incredible lineup. I mean, it's quality people are always...
7 out of the 8 people are quality people. I'm not going to say which one isn't because that would be rude and uncouth. No, seriously, it really is a lot of great instructors that show up at the VEA. And I think that's a testament to Mike and his character and the sort of individuals that he associates with and brings together.
And I tell you, folks, the reason why Mike reached out to me to do this, and he knows that I normally don't do seminars.
Nope.
This would be my real first official seminar in any venue.
Holy crap.
And I asked him, why me? And he says, well, you bring something different to the table. You're not typical, Eskrima or Serrata or any of those things. You're the bladed mind, and you guys look at things so differently. And we want to share that because that's what this is about, sharing things that people are not familiar with or don't know about. And he goes, what a great opportunity. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Wow, he logicked you into doing it? He went
Yeah.
Spock on you.
Oh yeah, he put me in the spot. I said, all right, fine. But not only that, and one of the reasons I said yes is because he is also one of our biggest supporters for Color Conversation.
He has been from the very beginning.
From the very beginning.
It's why he jumped on the show.
Yeah.
And so we can't say enough good things about Mike. We can definitely say more bad things about him, but we're not going to. Because on this episode. Meet us in person. We'll tell you a whole bunch of stuff. Like, what was that guy's name? Never mind. But Mike, we definitely love you, man, and we want to support you in any possible way that we can, because this is an important event. Not just because of the information, but what it means to the culture of the martial art. It's how we keep it alive, by evolving, by introducing new ideas into what we do, by adapting to the changes, and by bringing up the next generation. I mean, that's literally what Mike is doing through all this that he puts together, and the effort, the time, the money, the sweat and tears that go into it is, folks, I don't think you can truly understand the scope of it until you actually go there yourself.
Yeah,
so,
definitely, you got to go.
November 4th, mark the date, cancel whatever other plans you have. Your family will still
Bar
be
mitzvah,
there.
not a big deal.
Don't worry about it. You can become a man later.
Nothing. Christenings, nothing.
God's still going to be there afterwards.
That's right.
Okay? So make...
Dicks.
I was thinking too, hey, there's weddings all the time. You don't have to go to this one.
Yeah. Even if it's yours. Your wife will understand.
She will. And if she doesn't, you shouldn't be getting married.
That's right.
Okay?
She was getting away.
Oh my God. VEA Collaborative, November 4th, starts at 8 a.m. That's in Manteca. Make time to go make your arrangements. It's only $80. If you bring spectators, it's $25 for them.
Yeah.
Maybe we can sneak them on the floor. Mike, sorry. I'm trying to give people ideas, but just be there. Because
and if you bring enough people, I think Mike will offer a discount. Was that good?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. We think. Probably.
If you bring your school.
You bring your entire school, you will get a school discount.
That's right.
So said Mike sometime in the future.
I don't know if he's ever actually said that.
No, that's why I said sometime in the future, because
So-
he hasn't said it.
Yeah.
He might have to say
We're
it
gonna
after
talk to
we
you.
said it in the video.
We'll have a conversation.
Regardless of what discount you may or may not get,
You should go.
probably not. Still go. It is one of those things where it's worth
Oh yeah.
every single penny and worth the day that it takes to be there, because what you take away from it is more than you can imagine at any given point. And if you don't believe me, I dare you to show up and prove me wrong.
I like that. That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much for joining me on another one of Nain's shorts. A very special one dedicated to the VEA Collaborative, Mike Cardenas, because this is truly an event worth supporting, and I expect to see the rest of you there. So,
Yay!
you good?
I'm good.
All right. So, till the next one, as usual, 3, 2, 1.